Hello and welcome back to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, for the Las Vegas Challenge, stop number 1 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour for 2021. You are watching JomezPro, and you are joined by BigSexyBarri commentary, myself, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Eagle McMahon separating himself from the field, from the lead card, from the 1050 club, 7 under on the front 9. Ricky Wysocki playing catch up on the rest of the group with his 7 under, but it is just playing keep up with the leader at this point. Eagle McMahon is just showing that this wind is no problem for his weapons on the course. The forehand, backhand, onslaught. It has been impressive, and I don't expect to see anything else from that young man for these last 9 holes at this tournament.
Hole 10, par 4, 741, OB down both sides of the fairway. It is pretty wide, though. You have that sand that might come into play for a big drive, and then that golf green always threatening as you approach the putting area. There's also another bunker back there that you kind of rarely see, but in these windy conditions, it could be pushed long on the approach.
There is a tricky wind here. If you get that nose up or down, it could do exactly this and get to that bunker you were talking about.
Oh, and Ricky called it, and man, he knows exactly what he did. He called that thing about 100, 200 feet before it even got to the bunker, and it just barely crept in.
I've seen a lot of people also take on that left side sidewalk. You get the nose up, and then it kind of takes it up there. And is that out of bounds as well?
It seemed like a misrelease.
I think he got fortunate not to kick out of bounds. It hit that tree trunk, but it didn't look like it crawled all the way to the path.
Maybe a window of opportunity for Calvin to try to chip away at that lead. I mean, 5 shots is not undoable. And if it's not undoable by anyone in the world, it is by this guy. I think he ended the season hotter than really any other player. But, man, that's going to roll just as far back as it went forward, I think. This is literally going backwards.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, if you're not going to do the undoable, this would never be another day to try it.
Yeah.
That's a tongue twister if I ever heard one.
I was just hearing some double negatives thrown around there, and I wanted to get in on the action.
Paul has a pretty good drive there. I mean, he's in good position. He's going full sendies right here, that's for sure.
I wonder if this is the Draco or the Eagle.
That looks like a good shot regardless.
Yeah, I agree. Really nice.
His drive went about 250 and rolled back about 150, so he still had, I'm sure, at least 500-something feet to the hole.
Does that mean he still could get an eagle? Since he went backwards but then threw it again that far?
Nope. Doesn't mean that.
Eagle is living dangerously, just staying really close to that path, but staying in bounds.
Paul with a nice low line drive shot. That is exactly how you execute that approach. That is beautiful.
Looks like that new buzz that he put in his bag is getting some nice work, and he's loving that stability.
Kind of a tricky stance for Tricky Ricky. Does well. Standing on the downslope of the bunker and having to throw from 250 still. A bit awkward.
Did you see how soft he putted that? Like, my body goes into convulsions when I'm trying to get it from that distance, you know? And he's just like a little flick and boom.
Calvin just got the birdie.
What is going on? That drive must have only been 300 feet net.
Oh, I can't imagine even that much.
That's incredible.
That is wildly impressive. And Ricky able to save his par, which is also impressive. Staying away from the red numbers all around so far. So a little chink in the armor perhaps for Eagle, dropping 1 shot to Calvin. And
yeah, par, ew.
Yeah, it's kind of rare though, you know. It's only his third par of the round.
Hole 11, par 3, 369 feet, with the out of bounds on the left side defined by that golf grass up there, the brown grass. And then you've got out of bounds cart path kind of long and right of the basket. It's a good opportunity for a backhand turnover or a forehand driver. The wind I felt like was a little bit less kind of down in this little valley, at least for my group.
Calvin going backhand turnover, and that is woefully short.
If Eagle ended the round and the tournament right now, he would be averaging well under 10 under a round. That's nuts.
It's 10 under a round is a great pace on these courses.
That's a winning pace normally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been windy. I mean, we've had stretches of pretty calm weather as Ricky gets off the line there. But there's been significant wind to deal with this week.
It might have been a good tree there from Ricky, pulling it that far. I mean, he would need a lot of help to come all the way back in bounds with that type of trajectory.
You might be right.
Eagle going FD3 high, about 4% effort, and that's going to go long, of course.
Great shot.
Into a headwind. Might have been 5% effort, but it didn't look like it was even that much. It would be so cool to get a hold of the sports science people and just really break down the science of why Eagle is able to do what he can do with his forehand and make it look so minimal with his effort.
Yeah, the backhand too, to be honest.
Oh, no.
Boy.
Probably got enough distance to avoid having a really, really hard par putt, but yeah, that's not what you want. Oh my goodness.
What happened there? Did I hit the padding?
Yeah, I don't even know if that hit the willows. I just think that was just a complete misrelease.
Two in a row, 3 in a row. Oh no, what's going on here?
Eagles winning is what's going on. I would say it's looking.
Everybody's just like panicking.
He's just marching.
Because Eagle makes birdie, Calvin gonna make bogey.
Ricky having to save the par. It's definitely a sense of frustration for 3 guys not named Eagle McMahon. And that's not working, so we're going to go from the top.
They can't even make it, and then they can't get it out. Like, this is Eagles.
Eagle's like, look, this is how you get it in, and this is how you take it out.
Hole 12, par 3, 396 feet, out of bounds down the right side the whole way. There's also a golf green out of sight on the left, though it's not likely to come into play. These guys should be throwing kind of a low, wide shot and skipping it up to the green, though I think we saw Eagle go Spikeiser here again, and I expect he'll do that because it's safe. With his power, just go up over everything.
What a cool angle right there with that skyline and, well, it's not really skyline, but the sky. Oh, jeez. Clinic.
Yeah.
How can you conduct a clinic for the best players in the world? This is how.
It feels to me like he's kind of saying, like, 1050 boys is getting to be kind of a crowded club. And I heard there was a penthouse suite on the next floor up. I'm thinking about trying to rent that out.
Paul had the keys to that penthouse for a while.
He did.
Did you guys see how McBeth's form right there, how he just kind of guided that shot? I don't know. From that angle, it looked like he just kind of guided it, almost like ultimate frisbee toss. That was beautiful. If you're watching this, rewind that.
Yeah, it's next level control. You're so right there, Paul.
Whoa.
Bad reaction.
Yeah, unlucky to get the downslope. Really sped up the skip.
That's just a great way to describe the different style between Calvin and McBeth. McBeth really has that really... What the heck, man? What?
That got some willows, too.
Talk about willing it in.
Nice one. That was good. Pound that.
What a putt.
That putter is both saving him and kind of destroying his round at the same time. It's kind of strange. Okay. Great putt from Ricky. Fantastic, superb. Run that back.
Man,
Perfect.
we are lucky to be able to watch this right here.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like this is truly amazing stuff.
I just want to finish that thought about the different styles as we're getting closer and closer to a fantastic star frame. Just Paul's shot is that guide, that hand up, smooth control, and Calvin's is more of a ripping through the shot.
Remember on the last hole when we were making fun of him for not being able to get it out of the basket and then they just blast it from every which direction?
Yeah, that feels like a long time ago. Fantastic star frame, another $25 to edgediscgolf.org. Go check them out and just really learn about what they're doing because it is the future of disc golf that they are helping promote.
Hole 13, par 3, 387 with the bunker just short and the fence line OB on the right side.
Yeah, I think Eagle takes this over those willows, which is a play that nobody else can really do.
We, in my group today, Kevin Jones put it right on the basket on that
the
high
Willie?
bomber. Yeah, just like about an 18-foot putt.
That's a good execution of the shot for Eagle. I'm sure he's trying to park it, but still that zone about 35 feet left, that is like the biggest landing zone that's kind of safe on this green. Paul's going to find that hazard.
And he's throwing an Undertaker there, which is a fairway driver. That's a big distance to carry with just a fairway. And I don't care who you are in the world.
Wow. I mean, Ricky can rip, but he is trying that spike hyzer as well. That's the difference. It's the difference in power between Ricky, who can throw 600 feet, and Eagle, who can throw 1,600 feet.
That looks so tasty.
This doesn't have a chance of staying in the bunker because it's got so much heat on it. That's why that's the landing zone right there. It's the safest place away from the hazard.
Don't do it, Eagle. That's not nice to do to them.
I don't think he really cares much about the other players' egos at this point.
Statement golf.
Yeah, we're looking at a strong man here. I mean, he's just they're out of holes really at this point. I mean, it's just come and get me. And if you're going to do that, I mean, he sets himself up perfectly. What strategy to play safe to the left, a putt with nothing in the background, and then just to drill it.
I mean, he's not going to get any extra strokes on Calvin.
Why would he? Of course not.
It's just windy 40-footers. I mean,
Okay, besides what happened on 11, Calvin's putt has been
fantastic.
fuego.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been as hot as it is not in Las Vegas today.
These guys are just making it look that basket look way too big. Almost like that big flag. Oh man, that's how big the basket looks to these guys.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's like kind of like a star frame. Twos for everyone.
I was about to say in the preview, like, I don't think we'll see a star frame here, and we didn't, but
Everyone
everybody
threw two shots and they're done.
Incredible.
Great stuff here, guys. Wow.
Hole 14, par 4, 798 feet. An opportunity to really open up on the drive. You'd like to see kind of a hyzer to flat, get as far up that fairway as you can before you get your left finish to set you up for this shot to cross the golf green. Right behind this basket, though, it slopes down to the out-of-bounds cart path, so you really have to be careful with your speed.
And for the normal professional in this hole, the key is to try to get a drive so far out there that you can maybe throw a putter or a mid-range into this green and just have something flat and slide up to it. You really don't want to come to this green at high speed. But, I mean, this is not your normal group, obviously, so the distance really shouldn't be an issue. I'd imagine with the tailwind that we have now going in this direction that these guys are all going to have mids, the putters coming in.
That would just be a dream scenario. Putter in on this hole.
Yeah, I went Thunderbird second.
Yep, force.
That looks boomed. Out to the right, here's that drifting finish.
That's getting out there. And that tree that's coming into play on the right, you didn't quite get into the shot there, but you can start to see the shadow onto the right side of it's actually on the left side of the fairway. That's kind of like the 500-foot mark.
This is too much turn.
Needs help. And that's his first Zeus that he threw of the round. He's been going force, Undertaker, and now he goes Zeus, flips over. Maybe that was...
I also think that we've kind of made the turn now, so maybe an opportunity with some tailwind, but yeah. I think it's very difficult and Ricky's not happy with this, but in a day like this where sit down.
Oh,
green.
Okay.
Where you have intermittent wind, super strong, then nothing. I personally find it so difficult to like trust the fact that it's not windy at this moment. You know, you just feel like it's always swirling and something else could be happening. Oh no.
Wow. Right on the green.
He goes Luna there. That's pretty ambitious from that spot.
You're right.
That's pretty far back there.
Because he threw it nicely, but it still just didn't have the carry. Stuck on the golf green. He's going to be making bogey.
Ricky's going to have to scramble to get up and down for his par.
That's going to be running.
Slow down. And that's why you want to get that putter coming into this green, that high-speed disc like that. Just doesn't want to stick on that green.
It seems like once one of these players, it seems like they just run away with the tournament, and I'm just like, this guy's just going to win every tournament for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then one of these other guys comes back in the next tournament. It's been fantastic the last few years to watch.
Yeah, we're in the golden age right now. I've said it before, and I really believe it. I mean, the level of play, the personalities, the coverage that we have, it's a great time to be a fan of disc golf.
It has far past any expectations I think that any of us had just 5 years ago. And with these guys continuing to do what they're doing, it's pretty incredible to think about where it's going to be in the next 5 years.
Ricky and Calvin have some really tricky shots here.
This for par, and Calvin going to suffer another bogey here on this back nine.
And just setting up a dream scenario for Eagle. I mean, he's just kind of, he's able to play so calm, so smooth, no pressure on him, and that's yielding just birdies and more birdies. So he's just growing that lead.
If you listen really closely, that was the sound of the door shutting.
That might have been it locking with the one lock and then click, 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 click. And you're like, man, that guy really didn't want me coming back. I thought we had a good time.
Yeah.
That is a funny point that you mentioned, though. Whenever someone does really well at Las Vegas or at the Memorial these courses are so unlike any of the other courses we really play on tour. So it does translate to other events just because it's good disc golf. But really, who does well here could be so different, especially in Waco, where the style is just vastly different to what we're doing out here.
Hole 15, par 3, 459. This one is breaking a little bit right. Long turnover, roller, and huge forehand, all options. Expecting to see Eagle right on the green with this disc. He has been deadly with this thing.
I feel like this is just such an easy shot for him, you know?
Hangs it out a little wide, but does it roll all the way down there? Yes, of course.
Uh-oh, tester putt down the
boy.
hill for nobody on this card ever.
Yeah, but it so is. Like, I refuse to allow these guys to make that not a tester putt anymore. Like, that still is. They're just passing a lot. These guys just pass tests.
What?
Rick. That's what I like to see
Yeah.
from Rick. I feel like we haven't seen enough of this.
This is the Rick of old. This is 22-year-old Ricky Wysocki.
That is hammered.
And when you throw great shots, sometimes the disc just want to reward you with a little extra roll.
Yeah. Mind your way.
I feel like Calvin has just owned this hole with that backhand turnover and gets it a little too turned over right there. We saw him in the previous round just absolutely park it. And then, of course, a few years ago when he won, nice little turnover to really get that signature win
Yeah.
that we highlighted. This looks good. This looks great. This looks perfect.
And at that Las Vegas 2021 distance of 29 to 38 feet. Wow, that was close.
Passes the test again.
What is he
5
doing?
birdies in a row.
This is the point when every tournament that Paul doesn't win, just you're gonna see so many people like, yeah, he's done. And it's just so not true. He might not be playing as McBeth like as we all expect because he's just so consistent for so many years. But
If these other guys weren't here, he'd be winning. So there's that.
it's always interesting to see him not make everything, but that's just because he's created that.
Take a second to just let it wash over you that Eagle is 13 strokes ahead of Paul McBeth at this very moment. That
Doesn't happen very
sounds
often.
impossible.
Yeah.
Hole 16, par 5, 888 feet. Favorable wind here as we've kind of turned back towards the clubhouse. These guys are going to just go with that low, penetrating shot that we've seen all day, and I think have not much left on this par 5.
Yeah, this is just lunch meat for these guys.
What does that mean?
They're just gonna eat it up. Just
Maybe
doesn't-
like a deli tofurkey for
yeah.
Eags.
Yeah.
He's not gonna.
They're in a hurry. They need a sandwich. It's lunch meat.
Yeah,
This
just
one.
to
Let's get out of
Get to
here.
the deli.
Yeah, let's get to hole 17 where we have a little bit of a tough shot.
Pretty standard. Really good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, pretty standard 500-foot hyzer for all three, and now 4.
Beth is pushing the right side.
That guy's like, oh,
And-
there's that 500 mark, a little short of it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's just fine.
Shame. Here's that force again.
Yeah, this is good.
Needs to go, really.
No, this is
Oh,
good.
yeah. Oh, boy.
That's really good.
I'll call that an eagle. We're going for that what did you call it? Intergalactic?
What I meant to say was universal frame. So it goes star frame for all birdies, galaxy frame if there's some eagles with birdies, and then universal frame for all eagles.
I'm just going to say it. That putt that Calvin has, I don't know if that's really makeable. Up the hill.
That's a dangerous thing to say from what we've seen
Look at
from
that
Calvin.
flag. It's just ripping, though.
But Calvin hasn't cared this whole time.
We got two people at the same spot right there. I mean, if the wind's ripping like it is right there that we just saw, I don't care who you are. Like,
I hope that it's not. I love Calvin, but I hope it's impossible just because I know I'd miss.
yeah, I'd lay it up. I don't know.
Eagle
I'd four putt,
short.
but I've never been one to just lay up
I'd
before.
four putt with my head held high.
It seems calmer. All right. Well, come on. Never rooted against somebody.
Certainly possible, and I would even say it has been done. Proves.
Yay. Paul's awful at the commentating.
You're not awful until Ricky hearts this.
The galactic super duper.
Oh,
no.
Oh, this is bad.
Uh-oh, guys.
Oh,
Get
no.
off of there. Get off of there. Get off there. I think he's going to be okay.
Okay.
Oh.
We're going to need a group decision.
Once
No.
again, there's so much drama at the LVC. Ricky electing to re-putt. And yeah, that was a good decision.
Yeah. So
Kinda-
you're still
kinda
kind of
averaged out.
Yeah. You're
kinda
not good,
averaged out.
but
No,
you're not terrible.
I don't get kicked off just yet.
Eagle at 12 under has this putt to go to 14 under par. Oh,
Uh-oh, all of a sudden, I'm looking better and better here, boys.
Calvin's just going to need Eagle to do that 8 more times.
18 more times.
Eagle for birdie.
Oh, what? Now,
Human, after all.
Really surprising, but perfect time to do it.
Nice Eagle from Paul. I mean, good stuff.
I'm Paul Ulibarri, and this is today's Bushnell hole breakdown. Hole 17 is a modern-day par 3. With a downslope of 6 feet and a distance of 457 feet, length is the least of your problems. The trouble lies within the wood line on the right and the out-of-bounds path on the left. Everything will have to go perfectly if you want to score the birdie too. Let's see how it plays out. You can find the Sport 850 rangefinder at the link in the description.
A good old, honest American par 3. This looks good.
Just ripped. No, not
Looks
a turnover. It's not a flex shot. It's just a flat burner all the way to the basket with a fairway driver.
The old perfecto. Eagle going back to the mid-range. Just truly silly. Yikes. Needs to get left.
Yeah, but I don't think he even cares about
Yeah.
a birdie here. I mean, he's
No,
just
of
throwing
course not.
something that can't fade. He'll probably make that putt anyway.
Probably. But
But-
it's,
Smart golf.
I mean, I don't know if it really matters. If it's just like one of those silly things you don't really care about. Is Ricky, oh, this needs to hang on. Don't spin out of bounds now. Oh, again, 2 holes in a row right there on the edge. And this really does matter for Ricky because, you know, he's still battling for that top 5 spot. And I don't know if that's gonna affect him. If that's gonna take him out of that podium finish.
yeah, pretty bad redirection there off that tree, but I mean, he did yank it pretty bad there, and that's a,
Yep.
you know, the thing is, he tried to make the right mistake by turning it over too far to the right, because then any of us are going to get up and down from that area. Just an unfortunate kick there. Ew.
Wow.
And I mean, this guy's hunting 1100 at this point.
With a 3-putt moments ago.
You can 3-putt if it's for eagle. You know? But man, do you think that goes through his head? I mean, I can't even imagine. Once you've shot an 1100 rated round, does that even matter anymore?
Not really. I don't think it's going through his head. I think he wants he's motivated just to push even harder and play even better and just assert his dominance on this event. But I think that's an after the fact thing. It is, in my estimation, what the round rating might have been. But this is,
Good birdie for Calvin.
as dominant a performance as we've had in recent memory. I mean, he is really
48 under par.
He's untouchable right now. I mean, look at the scores. There's red, there's all kinds of colors, and he's just laying down birdies. And that was in that 3-putt, it was like he was just centimeters away from another eagle
From
or
being
birdie there.
50 under right now.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Wow.
One last hole before we crown the king. Hole 18, par 4, 720 feet. This one has out of bounds water on both sides. Uphill sloping fairway at the end. There's out of bounds rocks there on the left. The path goes down the side on the right the whole way. They are really just a beautiful disc golf hole. So many different strategy choices and so many different pitfalls.
Let's see if Eagle plays this aggressive or just tries to just stroll his way in there safely. He's going to play it short here, but he's got plenty of distance to get there in 2. So be interesting to see if he tries to attack the pin in 2 or not.
I don't think there's any, well, there's probably like 4 or 5 holes, 18th holes on the tour that are this scenic and, I mean, to be crowned a champion, which he will be done right here. I mean, this view, this hole, so scenic.
It's iconic. Calvin also electing to play short, and he's in an interesting battle right now as we see that Ezra Aderhold has thrown another fantastic round, and he is now at 40 under par. So Calvin just needs a par here. Oh, all out of bounds, just a little bit off today. If Calvin can manage to take a par, he will secure solo second place.
He's got a good start with that first drive into the center of the landing zone. Ricky going huge.
This looks great.
Sit down. Look at that thing race off the green. Man, that wind really picked up at the wrong time.
Wow.
I feel like I saw so many players do that same shot and it just dug on
Yeah,
on
checked
that
so
tee-pad.
fast there usually.
That's actually a very unlucky reaction.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's happening.
Are we seeing the first glimpse of the tilt?
I think we're going to see a celebratory upside down
that was the
tilt.
tilt in his hand, wasn't it?
And it was upside down.
I gotta tell you, I've been a little disappointed. I really wanted to see that thing fly today in these wind conditions. Haven't seen it yet, but I think we might get a taste of it here on the 18th hole.
Wow, McBeth out of bounds again.
And there's Eagles' father, Pat McMahon, watching proudly. His son has become a superstar. He has been for a while now. And there it is, the upside down tilt. You know, why not?
Wait, what? He throws it upside down and it flies?
Fantastically, by all accounts.
Unreal.
I don't imagine he'll be going for that putt, but
I honestly feel like the way he's been putting, the way he's throwing the disc, Eagle, all he's got is his tilt upside down and a putter. And he plays us 3 today. I don't know that we're going to be able to come through.
No, that's very true.
He's just at that. He's on that level right now.
I don't want to agree with you, but I'm going to.
He's playing that well. Like,
He ain't getting me with just a tilt.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like a... I just can't concede to that.
I don't want to concede either, but he's proving.
Okay, good shot from Ricky. Good approach shot.
I did yoink my drive straight OB both times from exactly where he is, so he'd be getting strokes on this hole for sure.
Calvin, that needs to sit down. Please sit down. No.
Oh, that's costly.
And Calvin knows the situation. Man, he's putting himself in a situation where he needs to make that putt just to stay tied for second place. And Eagle has elected to lay up. That is going to be that's a very impressive 13 under.
And that's going to secure for Eagle, one of the all-time great ratings averages for a tournament of this magnitude, a 1077 average over 4 rounds.
We watched it. I mean, we saw how it was done. He made it look pretty easy. He even had some lulls in there where he kind of went on par streak. So, I mean, just crazy impressive.
Calvin does secure the bogey, so he will finish in a tie for second place to the breakout performer, Ezra Aderhold. Incredible weekend for this young player from South Dakota, but the man, Eagle McMahon, what's he got lined up for us? Showboat. He threw an upside-down tilt and an under-the-legs putt. Wow. Man, just to do that with those guys on the card, that's great stuff.
And we're lucky to have an interview with Eagle and his father, Pat.
Yeah, it's great. I put a lot of work in the off season. It feels like when you're doing work in the off season, it feels like it kind of gets lost. You might think, maybe this workout I'm doing isn't really for anything. I'd rather stay in bed. But I've heard Paul McBeth say this is, you win your tournaments in the off season, and I feel like I put the work in necessary, and now I just have to go out and take advantage of it.
Yeah, it was 2018. Seems like yesterday, but now it's actually been almost 3 years now, and so to get back out here was really nice for him to get another shot at this course. Over the years, people always ask me why I don't carry his bag, and usually I do that because I feel like he's completely under control, and I will come up if something weird happens or he needs to, and just say, hey, just stick to the game plan, just keep plugging along and just wait, it'll happen.
Okay. We have a power that we can go full power on this on a nice flat shot.
I heavily relied on some of my overstable discs today and keeping the forehand under control. And I was really trying to focus on giving myself tailwind shots, so trying to gauge the wind and playing to, the good side of the basket where it left me a tailwind. Yeah, some of the longer putts that I hit this past round was, I really just tried to focus on keeping the disc level out of my hand. I've been playing since I've been 9 years old, and I've messed around with, different angles putting for a long time. And, I can throw a push putt, but I can also, bring it up high and really spin it. And, putting in the wind, it's really about not, getting a weird angle and keeping the disc very level.
Right dead center. Beautiful putt.
As a dad, and anybody else who's a dad out there, that I'm a super proud dad, and behind that master is definitely big smiles today.
I never tried to do anything too flashy. I'm really liking how I handled myself the entire event. Early on, I was really making sure to be methodical and, run through all the different scenarios in my head and, pick the most conservative yet aggressive shot and just playing percentages the entire time. Like the whole event, I never tried to do anything too flashy. So ultimately that led me to, a really a consistent mindset, which led to a consistent game. And, I'm really liking the way that felt, and hopefully I can use those techniques in events to come. It felt great.
I mean, he earned the right to be flashy in the last hole, that's for sure. I mean, that was That was something special.
Yeah, and I beg to differ. I think that he exactly was that. I think he was flashy the whole entire tournament, showing a crazy display of, like he said, angle control with that putter and distance control with both sidearm and backhand. I mean, that's the definition of flashy. I'd flash that all around every time I could.
I want to give a shout out to Brian Earhart, playing a fantastic tournament, getting top 10, not known for being a distance player. This is a distance player, of course, put a lot of work off in the off season. He did a great job. Top 10, incredible work. Thank you so much to the Founders Club.
And before we go, I just got to say, it's great to be back with you fellas.
It's
And
good to see you.
I had a great time being here, being on the mic, being on the course. Can't wait to do it again. Hold down the fort while I'm gone.
We will, man, and that next tournament will be at the Waco Annual Charity Open coming up in 2 weeks. Nate, where are we going to see you next?
I'm hoping Dynamic Discs Open.
Well, we'll see you guys then. For now, we're Jomez, and we're out.